Time for the 49ers Rush Podcast.
We have made it, ladies and gentlemen, to the top 10 of the 49ers roster countdown. And I know some of you guys have been with us this whole stinking way. And to you, salute, my friends, and appreciate you. The amount of work we put on our end, I do understand. It takes time going through 91 of these videos. We got 10 left. And then once you get to the top 10, it kind of changes. These are the blue chippers. These are the everything of everything. These are the household names. And Renardo Green comes in number 10. It's only his sophomore season. And I think if anything kind of highlights how important Renardo Green is to the 49ers 2025 season, when Robert Saleh returned, one of the questions that was asked was, how does the 2025 49ers defense stack up to 2027? Are they similar? Robert Saleh said, quote, no. From a talent standpoint, Nick Bosa is here. You've obviously got Fred Warner, Diamondor Lenore, and Renardo Green. There's a lot of really good talent on this defense, so it's not nearly what 2017 was, end quote. Like, Renardo Green's part of the crew, the big four. Nick Bosa, Fred Warner, Diamondor Lenore, Renardo Green. Outside of that, maybe you could throw Malik Mustafa in there, but the injury, there are four. That's 7 spots out of 11 you got to figure out on this defense, but there are 4 stalwarts, if you will. Now, the biggest issue with Renardo Green, injuries. Now, he's got an issue right now, and he's not even – they thought he was going to be back this week for Raiders joint practices. He's not yet. They're hoping he will return. As of this recording, Renardo Green has not returned, but they're expecting within the week. And really, he didn't miss time last season. He played in all 17 games, but he didn't finish a lot of games. A lot of kind of bumps, bruises, kind of scares, whatever, where he wouldn't finish the game 3 or 4 times, just didn't finish the game or left for a quarter, then came back. How does he get to the point? He played 17 games. That's huge. That is a monumental task in and of itself. But how does he get to the point where, man, you don't have to worry about this bang-up stuff, and you can just keep playing and stacking days, stacking games, because the tape is awesome. You could just look. Last year, he was a second-round pick. I was shocked. He went a little bit earlier than I thought, but I was wrong. I'm wrong all the time. I had a high 4th-round grade. He went into the 2nd round. I had quite a few corners, stacked up against him. Turns out, man, he should have been in that group. So I was a full round off on him. He was 26 on the countdown as a rookie because you knew he was going to have to play. Now, I thought he was going to play nickel. That's where the 49ers put him right off the bat. But they said, you know what? We're going to keep Demo in at nickel. We're going to keep Renardo Green outside. And that just seems to be the case. And then you go to Robert Saleh joining the 49ers this offseason. They added 4 new nickels. So Renardo Green's playing outside corner, which is interesting because he's 6 foot 186. I do believe, and again, this is not a scientific study, I think the 49ers have the smallest cornerback starting tandem in the NFL. Demo's small for a corner. Renardo Green, again, Demo started at nickel, then played outside, right? Renardo Green started at nickel, then played outside. Then you add Upton Stout. He's nickel only right now. You're talking about all under 200 pounds, all under 190. Maybe they've gained some weight since the combine. But 6 foot 186, Renardo Green. He's small, 31-inch arms, tiny. He's only 24 years old. That's a huge upside. He ran a 4.49 40, which meets, requirements, 1.53 10-yard. That's great. So the acceleration is better than the top-end speed. 37.5-inch vertical, 10-10 broad jump. He was a long jumper, over 21 feet. Long jumper in high school. So the athleticism was there. Now, go to Mock Draftable. You plug in his metrics. Pretty interesting. Terrion Arnold, who was a first-round pick, 98.2% match athletically measurables. Chase Lucas, who's on the roster, 93.3. Jalen Johnson, 86.1. Now, the play style, I don't put him with Terrion Arnold, Chase Lucas, or Jalen Johnson. I think he's much more of a Cam Smith-type corner. The play style matches, I think he's better than Cam Smith. But that's just kind of what he reminds me of. Now, you go back to his background. High school for Renardo Green. Attended, I'm going to mess this up, Wekiva High School in Apopka, Florida. He started out as a quarterback, as a freshman. And, Born in Orlando, all that stuff. Born in the year 2000, if you want to feel like horrible about yourself. We got 2,000-year-old babies, the year 2000 babies, millennial, whatever. That's crazy to me. And, he was the number 46 corner prospect, 3-star recruit. Was pretty good in high school. Led his high school to 11-2 record, helping the Mustangs to, a regional final. And, he chose Florida State over Ohio State, which I think is interesting. And, he talked about his family, they're Florida State fans, being, born in Orlando. That's going to lead to some of that. But size has always been an issue from outsiders on Renardo Green, myself included. When they drafted him, I was like, man, this guy's going to be a nickel only. Wrong. In today's NFL, that's not what it is. And when Renardo Green was asked about his size and if that could be a problem, he said, quote, nah, I don't never think about that. How I see it, it's me versus you. So if you step in front of me, I'm going to show you what time it is, end quote. Like, the mentality fits. And one of his best games was against one of the largest wide receivers in the NFL, DK Metcalf. You remember that elite interception that iced that game in October? I was there in Seattle. It was incredible. The only 49ers divisional win all year, which is awful, but whatever. Like, his best games are against some of the most physical guys. You go back to college. His best games were against Malik Neighbors, Brian Thomas Jr., and Ricky Pearsall, who's now his teammate, right? So now let's go through his college, Florida State kind of career trajectory. 2019, played in 13 games just as a backup, mostly special teamers. Got some rotational snaps as a freshman. 2020, started first of the 5 games, but kind of got relegated after that. 2021, played in 9 games with 2 starts, earning back that respect. Special teams. But the last 2 years, 2022 and 2023 at Florida State, 25 starts. I mean, honorable all ACC. He was Florida State's Defensive Most Improved Player Award recipient in 2022. Then he comes back in 2023, Thorpe Award semifinalist. He won the Don Powell Award, which goes to the Seminole unsung hero, who I guess didn't get the most credit, unsung hero. Like, that's what it is. And locked down Malik Neighbors. Like, probably his best game. We have that game up. If you really want to get excited about Renardo Green, go watch that again. Malik Neighbors is a beast. And Green was on him. Malik Neighbors got targeted 6 times, allowed 3 catches for 28 yards, and got a pick. Dude was awesome. And in his pro day interview after the combine, before the draft, he said, quote, there's still a lot more plays I could have made out there, but just being able to play my first 2 full seasons, last 2 years of college, was a big help for me to showcase my abilities, what I can do. I feel like my best ball is yet to come, end quote. That's been proven true in a very short time. The Niners drafted Renardo Green 64th overall, again, at the end of that second round. Here's our pre-draft write-up, the 49ers rush team, before he ever took a snap for the Niners. Can play all cornerback spots, but I think nickel is his best fit. It seems like I was wrong there, but the Niners did start him at corner. Pesky corner that just bothers wide receivers. No issues with toughness when taking on blocks or helping in the run game. Kid is tough, just absorbs wide receiver speed on routes. Probably one of my favorite traits of his thing. He's a 4.49 guy. That's, about average speed for a corner. But what he does better than is he just takes the speed away from the wide receiver. It's incredible. Wish he had more slot work, because I think nickel's his best fit. I was wrong. Very good in man. Just makes life hard on wide receivers. Plays way bigger than 186 pounds. That is proven true in the NFL as well. Lack of interceptions is an issue, but the pass breakups are insane. And guess what? Broke the 49ers franchise record for rookie pass breakups with 13 his rookie year. The most ever. And I wasn't sure he's going to get it, but the week 18, he had 3 pass breakups. In the one game against Arizona, we got blown out that game, but to break the record. So now he owns that rookie record, most pass breakups in all of 49ers franchise history. And you got to think, there's been some Ronnie Lott started as a rookie for the 49ers. You know what I'm saying? Not putting him in that category, but dude showed up and played lights out as a rookie. My traits and how we rated him: recovery speed 7, footwork 9, definitely his best trait. Ball skill 6, strength 5, tackling 7, run support 7, 49ers fit, I gave a 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10 because I thought he was a little bit more of a nickel, not outside guy, but really, really high on that scale. Gets signed by the 49ers. He's made $2.2 million so far. He's got about $4 million left on his rookie contract that he can make. If he keeps playing all these games, he'll make that and then some. The trajectory on Renardo Green is immense. Got to stay healthy. Got to stay healthy. Started 7 games last year. 675 because he was the number 3 corner, right? So the starts is if that first play of the game was an 11 personnel, 3 wide receiver look. Because the starters were Diamador Lenore and Charvarius Ward. So, but he played in all 17 games. 675 snaps, nice. 61 tackles, 13 passes defended. 49ers franchise rookie record. 1 forced fumble, an interception that was against DK Metcalf. His PFF grades last year, awesome. 69.2 overall, solid. His coverage grade was at 74.3. That's 22nd best of all the cornerbacks that took snaps. 223 corners took snaps. He's 22nd best as a rookie. And that's with the worst 49ers defensive coordinator in the history of the program. I will fight on that hill. Sorensen's terrible. Now he gets upgraded to Robert Saleh. That's huge. He had a forced incompletion rate, and I think this is one of the things that the Niners love. 17.5%. So on those targets, basically 2 out of 10, he's forcing an incompletion. That's 11th best for all defensive backs, safeties, corners, you name it. Just continues to just kind of ball out. Just got to stay healthy. He's not practicing right now. And the practice where he got injured, he was the player of the day. Was out there, pass breakups galore. Just got to stay healthy. Just got to stay healthy. And so the 49ers are putting a lot of stock in Diamador Lenore and Renardo Green. Behind them, there's a bunch of guys. You're hoping Upton Stout. Like Chase Lucas was awesome first preseason game. Trey Browns look good. Dallas Flowers look good. Like perhaps a little bit more depth at that corner spot than you initially thought. Than kind of the salary paid out. 49ers went bargain bin price, shopping at this position. But they're thinking Diamador Lenore and Renardo Green, those 2 elite guys, are enough to carry this defense. Renardo Green and Demo stay healthy, I agree. If one of those guys are out, you're kind of got patchwork on that back end, and that could be an issue. Renardo, top 10, baby. Got to say thank you to Ben for helping write today's episode, and for us and the 49ers Rush team. We only got 9 more of these puppies. We're going to keep counting them down.